Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my performance review on the Under Armour Curry Spawn FloTros, which is the FloTro version of the Under Armour Atomic Spawn that was released way back to before Curry's line was introduced. So I was really curious to try these out for myself, and based off of what I've tried so far, here is what I think. So firstly, these were really easy to put on when it comes to the try-on experience, and the fit itself is very relaxing, which was kind of surprising. You get a nice one-to-one fit in the forefoot, and there isn't any space for the length and the width, overall resulting in zero dead space. And the material is stretchy so that it's not too tight and your toes are maneuverable in the forefoot especially. So if that is the case, for sizing, I would go true to size. While narrow footage, you should get away with going true to size as well because the material itself is stretchy, so you have some space to sit inside the shoe. While for wide footers, I would go up half size, considering that there is a nice one-to-one fit, and it's going to be a little too uncomfortable if you have a wide foot. So in that case, I will go up half a size. And if you guys are interested in this colorway, it goes for $140 on Under Armour's website. And there are other colorways as well that go for $130. So if you guys are interested, that will be in the description box below. Now, when it comes to traction, in typical fashion, the foam outsole with this rippled traction pattern that you get has insane bite on a clean court. So for lateral movements, you're going to get instant traction and sometimes too much traction while you're at it, and you have to get used to that a little bit. Vertical movements as well are instant with the hard stops and the get offs as well, so you're going to be really quick on your first step on top of that and stopping on a dime. But it does pick up dust, unfortunately, and it picks up dust really quickly, so you have to constantly wipe them down. But luckily, it is really easy to wipe off. Just make sure that you keep up with your wipes and you're going to get consistent grip. And when it comes to the durability, I would avoid these outdoors in general because the wear and tear you're going to get is literally on the first day of playing, especially indoors. So I will keep these indoors to get maintain the life out of it, and you're going to get wear basically all around the shoe, especially in the high wear areas or parts of the outsole are already wearing off and starting to bald out in the process. So I would keep these outdoors and keep them indoors. Make sure they're on a clean court to get the best out of these. So performance overall, it's typical when it comes to the foam outsole itself. You get insane grip, but it gets dusty, so be sure to wipe and keep it indoors because durability outside isn't good. Now, since this is a FloTro, you're getting a full-length Flow midsole that has a very responsive forefoot cushioning, just like the Curry 11s in that case. However, there is a little more flexibility with the channels that you're going to get on the outsole itself that provides a little more flexibility when it comes to the forefoot cushioning, and it allows more range of motion, and you get a better feel on the court as a result of that. It also has a nice bounce as well, with a midfoot shank plate that extends to the forefoot and to the back a little bit, giving you a nice spring on your step, which I felt when it came to getting rebounds and stuff like that, and contesting shots as well. And when you move into the heel cushioning, it was surprising considering the cushioning that I felt in the Curry 11s to be very lackluster and felt like bricks, resulting in a very stiff feel overall, with the impact protection not being that great. But in the spawns, they were surprisingly comfortable. It had some softness to it with good compression under your foot, and the impact protection was decent for hard impacts, just for heel strikes and stuff like that. But it isn't the softest thing in the world due to the firmness of the Flow midsole itself. So it gets the job done when it comes to heel strikes in that case. And when it comes to the transitions itself, the heel to toe transitions are very seamless and fluid, with the overall flexibility in the forefoot and the energy that you get from the shank, giving you a nice spring in your step to get up to speed really quickly, especially going up and down the court. It was very easy to do that in these, and I really like that a lot. And overall, for the cushion, for me, I found it to be very responsive in the forefoot with really good flexibility and bounce. The heel cushioning is soft but firm, and in my opinion, it is better than the Curry 11s as a whole. Now, for the materials, you get a mix of these fuse overlays and really soft mesh strategically placed to make the shoe flexible and rigid in some areas to accommodate the anatomy of your foot, hence why the original shoe was called the anatomic spawn. And on foot, the lining feels really soft, very buttery, and molds really nicely with your foot, making you feel like you're one with the shoe, which I really liked overall. The flexibility in the forefoot, along with the nicely padded mesh material on the tongue that you get, um, results in absolutely no pinching at all when I was playing in these. And you get ample padding in the heel, and overall, it rounds out the whole experience inside the shoe, which gives you a really nice, comfortable feel, which I really enjoyed. And when it comes to the aesthetics, I like it in this specific colorway, but in the other colorways, I don't like them that much. In this colorway, what stood out to me was the amethyst crystal look that you get on the fuse overlays, which gives it a nice shiny touch to it. The tongue has this reflective patch that transitions from the Curry logo and it switches to like a wolf, which also is a nice touch in my opinion. And I also like the laces that have the hostile territory print on them. And I really like that too. And the overall aesthetic of this, in my opinion, looks really good. Other colorways I'm not really a fan of. So the materials overall are really comfortable, really buttery under your foot, mold really well to your foot, and the aesthetics of this colorway are pretty cool and shiny. Now, getting into the lockdown, I thought these were absolutely exceptional across the board. With the one-to-one molded fit that you get in the forefoot, you essentially don't move at all because of that. And as you go along to the midfoot, the material itself molds to your foot, and the lacing system on top of that lets you crank them up really tight. That way you won't move at all in the midfoot. And when you move into the heel, the lockdown is pretty good because of the high top nature of the shoe. You have the lace line that goes all the way up to the ankle collar that helps prevent the heel from coming out of the shoe. But be sure to lace them up really tight because they do slide in the heel a little bit because of the buttery feel that you have in the lining itself. So be mindful of that when you lace these up and play in them. So, like I said, the lockdown is exceptional with the molded fit in the forefoot and midfoot, with very good heel lockdown due to the high top design of the shoe. And lastly, I found the shoe to be very supportive as a whole. You get a nice platform from the outsole that has a nice wide base under your foot. For the lateral support, you're getting it from the segmented midsole bulge that acts as an outrigger on the forefoot that you see right here, along with the fuse overlays that you get from the material in the forefoot. And you do sit in the midsole a little bit. And as a result of that, the lateral support in the forefoot works together in unison to keep the foot inside the shoe and prevent it from rolling your ankle as a result, which I liked overall. In the midfoot, the midsole rides upward along the material here, along with this little discolored foam extension that provides lateral support in the midfoot. And when you move into the heel, you get a high ankle collar that is very supportive for your ankle. And you also get an internal TPU heel counter along with the midsole that is flared outward that keeps the heel nice and stable overall. That way you won't teeter and totter, especially in the heel. So I liked how nice and stable it was in the heel, especially. And to round it out, the TPU shank that is embedded in the midsole gives it very good torsional support on top of that to keep the shoe rigid and gives you really nice balance inside the shoe as a result. So for me, it ticks all of the boxes when it comes to the support and the balance of this shoe. In my opinion, it is one of the best that I have felt. So to sum everything up for you guys, in my opinion, these are better than the Curry 11s. While the performance on the traction is pretty much the same as the Curry 11s, the flow, midsole, and the spawns are a little bit better when it comes to the heel cushioning. It's the same overall feel when it comes to forefoot cushioning, but the heel is a little softer in my opinion. And the materials, especially, they feel really nice and molds really well to your foot, giving you a buttery-like feel. And the whole support and lockdown system that you have is overall pretty much better in the Curry 11s, and for $140, it is $20 cheaper compared to the Curry 11s. So if you're looking for a cheaper shoe when it comes to the Curry line as a whole, I would take these over the Curry 11s. And if you want to save a little bit more money, you can get the regular colorways for $130. So I really like this shoe, and the price that you get for it is absolute steal compared to how I felt in the Curry 11s with the cushioning. So overall, it is really good overall, and I really liked playing in these. And this is my performance review on the Under Armour Curry Spawn FloTro. It's a very long name. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below on what you think of these Spawn FloTros, any experiences that you have had with them, along with your thoughts on the regular anatomic Spawn. If you tried those out, I would like to know your thoughts on that. And if you think the Spawn FloTros are better than the Curry 11s, feel free to comment down below, along with any other questions that you might have. If you like to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, hit the subscribe button down below, and it will greatly support the channel as well. If you'd like to stay in touch with me via social media, all of that information will be in the description box below as well. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this video was beneficial to you guys. And until next time, keep shooting.